I joined Barry's Warrior Teacher programme in order to better articulate myself when discussing gender ideology. It's a difficult subject to bring up in real life, especially with younger people. My adult children don't believe humans can change sex, but they are all afraid to question the cult of gender ideology. This infuriated and saddened me up to speak their minds and be true to themselves. They are, of course, worried about social ostracisation. I'm not. Barry's programme has given me the tools to engage others, including co-workers, in the conversation. I brought up the recent HSE cervical check campaign leaflets with a colleague last week. I asked her what she thought of being described as a cervix haver instead of a woman, noting that prostate cancer awareness literature references men, not prostate havers. She stunned me in her eloquent response. She said, "I have left pints of blood on the delivery room floor. Is taking that word away from me." I also piqued my cousin, who's a teacher in England, by telling her about the autistic and gay kids sterilised and mutilated at the Tavistock Clinic. Here in Ireland, we have had self-ID since 2015. It was brought in by stealth legislation, leaving women in Ireland with no single-sex spaces. Our sports, prisons and changing rooms are infiltrated by men. Our daughters are not safe. No woman is safe in Ireland. Gay men and lesbians are not safe in Ireland, as they are apparently sexual racists if they don't accept trans partners. Our education system is indoctrinated by groups like Tenny and Belong To, who have willing acolytes in our politicians, such as Norma Foley, Education Minister, and Roderick O'Gorman, Health Minister. Sinn Féin leader Mary Lou MacDonald's brother Bernard is now Beatrice. The only political party not captured by gender ideology seems to be aimed to reproductive rights. Women the world over are politically homeless. The Warrior Teacher programme is a system of lifelong learning that affords us a way of fighting this pernicious ideology by training us to see beyond the facade of be kind. Using psychology, sociology, film, literature and history, Barry shows us how to fight back articulately. Barry has been a teacher of adults for most of his career, and the Warrior Teacher programme is the culmination of his specialist teaching knowledge, his brilliant content and amazing delivery. My cohort of Warrior Teachers are a wonderful group of people from the UK and Ireland. We support and help each other to do what we can to eradicate gender ideology in public life. They are my friends for life now. If you're in any doubt about joining the Warrior Teacher programme, follow Barry on Twitter and look out for his next induction session, because we will win.
Why should you do the Warrior Teacher programme? Well, if you spend any time in the gym or eating well, you'll know that that's to honour your physical health. And why wouldn't you spend a couple of hours a month honouring your mental health and honouring your curiosity? We spend a lot of time now on social media and we get funneled into little thought getter, and we don't get exposed to different or challenging ideas, because the idea of challenge or the idea of risk has become almost pathologized, that somehow we will fall apart if we come up against opinions or ideas that we don't agree with. And often we don't even interrogate why we don't agree with those opinions or ideas. The Warrior Teacher programme has taught me that I need to be discerning about how I spend my time. I'm very interested in what is happening in contemporary society and how fact is being represented as if it were fiction. Why has that happened? How has it happened? Barry has given us the skills to look at that objectively and to anchor it in history, and to bring in many different disciplines that might help us explain what is going on in society today.
Why I became a warrior teacher. I couldn't help but notice that in the space of a few short years, the world had become crazier, and that the craziness was happening in places I'd assumed would have been immune to it. In big business, major government departments, and among people I'd considered pretty level-headed. But when organisations can't properly distinguish between concepts like sex and gender in their own staff equality policies, you know that something's gone awry. I'd read a lot, and rather haphazardly, and I wanted to get clarity on how and why this had come about, and to see what I could do about it. The Warrior Teacher programme provides abundant food for thought, but more than that, it helps you digest it properly. that I've seen several times before, and I've seen them completely anew. I've learned about different approaches to learning, and that you need to take care with choosing the right seeds to sow. As a group, we've discussed the ideas and ideologies which underpin the narratives that governments and corporations are now telling themselves, their employees and customers, and we're learning how to tell our own different and better stories. And I've started, among my friends and colleagues, to tell my own story. I may say that what we do as warrior teachers matters to me as a mother and a grandmother, and that's true, but more than that, it matters because being able to speak honestly and unambiguously about something so fundamental as what it means to be male or female matters to everyone.